What's up, everyone? Welcome to House of Hobbies 216. We're going to do an unboxing and a quick review of this May 28th release of Reebok and AEW Wrestling, All Elite Wrestling's collab of the Reebok Answer 3. This is the Swerve Strickland edition. We're going to go ahead and get these bad boys out of the box. Now that these things are out of the box, I'm going to give you a quick history lesson on the Answer line of Reebok sneakers. Now, the Answer is the nickname of Allen Iverson, who these shoes are named after. And Reebok decided to go with this sneaker line when they decided Allen Iverson, AI, is no longer the question, he's the answer. That's when he really started to rise to prominence in his playing, and his skill began to develop and making a name for himself in the league. But these are no normal Reebok Answer 3, because these are Swerve Strickland from AEW, professional wrestler. This isn't their first collab with a professional wrestler. I think the Young Bucks, who are a tag team in that company, had their sneaker as well. I believe they were Reebok Classics. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I'll wind up probably correcting myself in post-production. But yeah, that also isn't their first collab in general. A couple years ago, Reebok wound up doing a collab also with a few different Allen Iverson sneakers. I believe Hasbro owned it at the time, but they wound up doing the Power Rangers collab with different sneakers, and they had like the Lord Zed Answer 3s, and I believe they might have had one or two Reebok Classics in there too, but that was another collab that they did. So let's get into the makeup of this sneaker. Now, you know we always start with the outsole meaning the bottom of the shoe. So this sneaker has, I think this is the original DMX foam. I'm not sure if it feels like it. The traction pattern is somewhat similar to some of the other Iverson sneakers they've done. I have my Reebok Answer 4 sneaker right here, one of them. I have like 4 pair of these sneakers in different colors, especially after they started re-releasing them. And these have the same type of foam, type of feel. I could see these stopping very well on the basketball court if you wanted to play in these. These have a reputation for being a pretty good basketball shoe. I always felt like they were lightweight. I definitely played in different versions of AI shoes when I was playing basketball recreationally. Very nice outsole, good traction pattern. As we move to the midsole, you see the shank plate extends out to the midsole. That's where you see this gold piece here. Also right there, here in some clear red plastic that says Swerve, former AEW World Champion. I would say Swerve is definitely, I'm a big wrestling fan as well. WWE, AEW, whatever. If it's wrestling, I'm watching it. And Swerve is definitely one of the pro wrestling's best kept secrets, because there's not really a lot of pro wrestlers who have their own merch outside of the company they work for. Definitely not their own sneaker. And this is pretty cool. So let's move on to the top of the shoe. Normally this upper here would be more leather than anything, but this has a combination of leather and I think there's some type of fabric in there, but this leather is printed in some type of, I'm not sure if it's leopard skin or whatever, because this color scheme, Swerve is known for having a theme with a lot of his ring gear, and one of his signature ring attires is the, I guess you would call it the Killmonger style gear from the Black Panther movie franchise. So that's where this gold and this black color scheme comes from, and that's also likely where the leopard spots that we see along the toe, which raises all the way to the collar of the sneaker, come from. As we come around to the back side of the sneaker, you see right below the heel clip, this would normally be an I3 logo for Allen Iverson's shoe symbol, but we have Swerve symbol there instead. It's like I'm not sure if he had this as one of his side plates for when he was world champion in AEW. However, I believe he does have a t-shirt that has this logo with his face on it. It's a very nice touch, and it's got to be really cool to see your own likeness on your sneaker. The inner lining of this sneaker has a black, gray, and white camouflage on the inside that runs all the way down to where the insole is, and the insole actually has the AEW logo emblazoned on it. This sneaker also has the phrase "big pressure" on the inside of the tongue, which is a reference to Swerve Strickland's finishing move. Coming back to the outside of the shoe, you see the phrase "whose house" on the tongue of this sneaker within this logo, and Swerve actually had this logo on his championship belt when he was world champion. The phrase "whose house" is actually one of the first things you hear within Swerve's entrance theme before you see him enter the arena. Swerve Strickland actually debuted these sneakers at the Anarchy in Arena match at AEW's most recent pay-per-view. I think that was Double or Nothing, where he had thumbtacks glued to the bottom of these shoes and he jumped off of the top rope and delivered a stump to one of his opponents. Now, this sneaker retails for $160. They are a Champs exclusive, so you'll have to find them on their website. There are plenty left, but it being plenty left really depends on your size. And speaking of sizes, this shoe does run true to size, so there's really no need to size up. I think you'll be fine. Say you wear a 10, grab a size 10, you'll be fine. As always, we're going to end this episode with a few on-foot shots. But until next time, guys, be blessed, stay safe, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.